If you're paying for Skool or Kajabi or any other tool to automate your business and it's costing you a fortune every single month, stay with me. Today, we're comparing 3 platforms: Kajabi, HighLevel or GoHighLevel, however you call it, and Skool. And you'll see how much each one really costs, what's included, and how they work. All the links you will need are in the description below. I've sold over $200,000 with my own products and have helped launch others with live webinar launches. I had a photographer who made $5K in his first night during launch. I have another client who made $23,000 in her 7-day cart for the first launch. It was their first time online. My Kajabi affiliates surpassed the $500,000 in sales on Kajabi. They started with this same thing, paused the video, started working. This is the week where you launch your online course. I'll be building a healthy baking course from start to finish on all 3 platforms so you can compare on what matters, what's included. Inside Kajabi, we would go directly to products and go to all products. This is a demo account. I'm going to click on new product, and Kajabi offers online courses, podcasts, community, coaching, newsletter, and downloads as well. For this tutorial, we're going to focus on courses today. We'll click on Get Started, and you have 2 options. Either go evergreen, so people can consume your course from anywhere in the world at any time, or live cohorts. This works very well when you haven't launched before, and instead of pre-recording everything, you want to make money first. My first launch, before my 28-day Kajabi trial ended, I made $1,000 with an evergreen webinar and an evergreen course, but I only pre-recorded the first module, and I made a weekly drip. So let's go ahead and pick here evergreen course, and we're going to click next, and we will add a title, and we can add a description if you want. Let's add healthy baking desserts you can actually eat. And now the description. So you can see here an AI toggle. If you want AI to, based on the description and name, create the full content. However, I'm going to toggle this off, click next, and here we can choose our colors. So I can add a color for backgrounds, for example, and the primary color for buttons. You can have an image that represents your online course thumbnail. Here we go. Save and upload. The thumbnail they will see in their library, so it's very important to have a thumbnail. You can use AI. I used AI to build that. And let's select this media, and there we go. Click next. And you have 2 options for the payment. You can use a free pricing, or you can use a paid. If it's paid, you will have to choose a payment plan. It could be weekly, monthly, yearly, a subscription if you're going to have a membership, or a one-time payment. And when you have a one-time payment, you can also include that customers pay what they want. Maybe you have a minimum price and they can pay whatever they want. And you can pay with Stripe, with PayPal, or with Kajabi Payments, which offers you Apple Pay, Klarna, and Afterpay as well. Let's say we will price this at $47 and click next. We already have our name, our description, and now we're going to build our curriculum. It automatically builds for me a blank module and a lesson. If you want to add more, you can click on the button Add Content and add more information. For now, let's just start adding our modules here. Module 1, Healthy Baking Foundations, for example. Add a description, and I like to add the thumbnail to every module and lesson because they do appear inside the library of your students. So let's add 1 thumbnail just for you to know how to add them in one of the modules. I'll select the media and save. So now we already have there our first module. If we preview it, this is how it will look, and all the lessons will be here. This could completely be customized to your brand colors, and we have a first lesson. So let's add here a lesson, and we can also add thumbnails to our lessons. You can add a video if you want to any lesson, an audio, text, HTML code if needed. You can hide or have comments visible. You can include downloads and even automate things based on that lesson. If they saw that lesson, you can grant an offer, for example, or you can send a follow-up email, or you can give them a certificate. If you want to add more models, you have to go back and then click on Add Content. And here you can add a new model if you want. For example, model 2, your first desserts. In Kajabi, if I click preview, I have to customize the colors or add a background color there. and no lessons have been published. That's why you can see it's empty right now. How do I publish? I have different options. I can just have it published so anyone who purchases today can watch my content, or schedule it for a specific date whenever I decide, or drip. How does drip work? If they purchase today, but your drip is every 7 days, every module will open 7 days after they've purchased. And the logged means you will lock it based on a previous lesson. For example, in module 2, I lock it until they have finished one lesson. Since none of them are published, it says no results, that you can publish the lessons, and then you would choose which lesson they have to have watched before. So basically, if I click on customize here, I can completely customize the look and feel, the colors, the typography, the fonts in general. If you want to start trialing Kajabi with a 30-day trial, I always have a 30-day trial. You can see right now the QR code on screen, or you can also have a 50% off until June 2. Kajabi is offering 50% off currently. On their website, they only offer 6 months, but with my QR code that you can see on screen, or the link in the description below, you can get a 50% off for 1 full year. Not only that, but until June 2nd, you can also, by my team, have the benefits of us building. If you choose an annual plan for Kajabi with our link, we will build your 10 lesson online course and your full sales funnel. And that will be ready for you to start making money online, because that's where many people start trialing Kajabi and then they don't set up. They start paying and don't do anything. We will build for you. If you scan the QR code here on screen, get 50% off during your first year, and my team will build for you. If you're watching this after June 2nd, then go ahead with your 30-day trial. You'll get access to my quick start course, access to my group for support, and email me your receipts and I'll provide you a one-on-one strategy session. Inside settings, you can also do some live sessions if you want. You will click on provide live sessions if you want to include also some live calls. The first time I made money with Kajabi in my 28-day trial, I had no camera, I had no confidence, I didn't even know what I was doing. And I made my first $1,000 before I started paying Kajabi in less than 28 days. I'm saying this because I locked myself in a closet with a lavalier mic that I found in my house and a PowerPoint without my face. So you don't have to show your face. You can start building your course, going live if you want to gain confidence, but just have a presentation and your voice in the back, and that will be enough to start making money. That's a course inside Kajabi. Now let's do the same thing in HighLevel. So I'm opening here my HighLevel demo account, and instead of going directly to products as we did on Kajabi, we will go to memberships. Inside memberships, click on courses, and you can click on products and create a new product. If you're coming from Kajabi, you can import a course from Kajabi to HighLevel. And if you use our affiliate link, my affiliate link that I'm going to show right now on screen, then my team can help you actually build your first course. You can see on screen the 30-day free trial for HighLevel, and we can help you import your course from Kajabi if you use our link on screen. How do we build this? We create new, start from scratch, and it's asking, just as Kajabi did, what's the title and what's the description. So let's add a title, healthy baking, a description here, upload a thumbnail. We already have our thumbnail here. And the same as Kajabi, it's asking me what's the payment plan you will have. So it could be free, it could be a recurring if it's a membership, or a one-time payment. Since I haven't connected any payment processors, it's not allowing me to assign a price here. So I'll click on create course and show you where you would actually connect your payment processor. Here where it says payments, I'll open this in a new tab, go to integrations, and you can see that you can connect Stripe, PayPal, AuthorizeNet, Square, or there's a lot of other options that you just have to go down and start checking. But the most popular are Stripe and PayPal, usually. Back to our course, now it builds a welcome badge that we can see here if we preview it, and you can completely customize the look and feel of this badge. And then we have the course content. So let's change the title here for our first module. And description, add a thumbnail, click save. And the first lesson, let's edit the first lesson. And we can add a video from our media storage, from a specific link, or even embed, for example, a YouTube link if you want. We can add a thumbnail. And we can also add downloadable resources. Let's click on save and publish. And now let's go back. And I wanted to show you that just as Kajabi had live sessions, HighLevel also includes live sessions. So you just have to add the name, a description, who's the host, a thumbnail image, then choose the date, and they'll see the option to go to the live room. Let's preview the look and feel, and you can also customize the full look and feel here. This is just an example of how it might look if you add all your content. You have to go ahead inside, customize, and start customizing. You can see there are different templates. I think HighLevel has been inspired, let's say, on the best of every world. So I feel like some themes look like Kajabi, some themes look like Skool, and so on and so forth. You will see when we go inside Skool that HighLevel communities look just like Skool. So you don't need Skool if you're using HighLevel, basically. Click on customize so you can see how you can personalize every single product, color, fonts, everything in here. Inside settings, you can add instructor details, you can add the customization for logo, and so on and so forth. And then the learning experience. If you want to automatically play next lesson, autocomplete lessons, and so on, you can choose that here. Now, we finished building inside HighLevel. We went to memberships. If you want, you can go inside settings and change the back and the front end language to a different language. But for now, we kept it in English. So I love this tool. Unlike Kajabi, which is just for info products, this is for any business that you want to automate. Services, info products, communities, memberships, AI bots, everything that you need. If you want to go straight to HighLevel, you can scan the QR code or go to a link below in the description for a 30-day free trial and exclusive bonuses. Until June 2nd as well, if you take a full annual plan, my team will build for you a 10-lesson course and your sales funnel as well. If you're seeing this after that trial, don't worry. There's many bonuses and you will get an email from us when you sign up, and then we can see how we can help you, but we will always offer one onboarding session for you that's technical to make sure you start connecting everything, and then exclusive snapshots and some recorded tutorials for you. If you want to migrate from Kajabi, it's super simple as well. And if you're my affiliate and you scan the QR code on screen or take the link below, then my team will help you do it. So just reach out to us. So we created a course on both Kajabi and HighLevel. Now let's look at Skool. So I'm going to leave on screen my QR code to Skool. And if you sign up to Skool as well, we will help you build. I'm going to click on create your community, and you can choose the hobby plan, or you can choose a pro plan. Why do I recommend a pro plan? Because if you're going seriously building a community, building your online business with the hobby plan, you cannot customize your URL. You'll pay a higher commission, and you really want to be able to add your Facebook pixel if you're doing ads and so on. I love Skool because it's very simple to use. However, here you don't have the all-in-one that Kajabi and HighLevel offer. You don't have websites, you don't have landing pages, you don't have email automation. Skool is only for community. I love it. Let's add a name here for a group, Bakery Academy, for example. I know that most people who actually use Skool and make a good revenue from Skool are also paying for HighLevel to have their backend working. That's what I want you to have clear. It's great for community and I love it, but you will always need a second tool because it has no funnels, it has no website, it has no automation. Remember, the hobby plan has a 10% commission, though pro plan only has a 2% commission, and it's never white label. It always says Skool. HighLevel allows you to customize your URLs and white label everything. Kajabi as well, except their app where your students can consume. If you download the Kajabi app, your students can consume the course there. The gold column in the case of HighLevel also but you can pay on both platforms to have your own brand with your own name as well. So the honest moments. Why didn't I build my own community, my digital success club on Skool? Because even though I really wanted to build, because it's amazing for communities, I had to pay $99 a month for Skool, and I would have to pay another system for the back end. So if I show you really quickly an example of my academy, of my community inside HighLevel, it just like Skool. That's the reason I didn't go for Skool for my own community, but I love their platform. It just didn't make sense at that moment for me. People who do very well in Skool usually also for HighLevel for the back end. GoHighLevel is the platform where HighLevel communities appear. That's how they kind of white label. So it's not their name, but you can always pay to have your own app, same as on Kajabi. And it looks just literally like Skool inside. Even Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi are using this tool. So if you're at a decision point right now, in the links below, you have the great best offers for a 50% off or 30-day trial on Kajabi, 30-day trial on HighLevel, and a 14-day trial on Skool. Remember, if you sign up before June 2nd and you do an annual payment, my team will build for you a 10-lesson online course and your full sales funnel. Scan whichever QR code resonates with you. I'll put right on screen right now the Skool one, the HighLevel 30-day trial, and the Kajabi 50% off. You can scan the same QR code and we'll take you through a 30-day trial after June 2nd. Pause this video if you need to screenshot right now or scan those QR codes. So let's continue. Now we're going to build inside Skool. And for Skool, basically, we would have to go inside Classroom and click on Create a New Course. We will add our course name. We will add a description. And you can see you can have it open for all members, unlock based on a specific level. You can make them buy now, like a one-time payments, unlock after X time of days, or privates for a specific tier. I'll do a one-time payment of $47, for example, and click on add. Let's click here. And this is how you add each lesson. You can add a new page. If I add a folder, then I can divide into different modules. For example, let's say here, Healthy Baking Foundations. And then inside we can add a page, and that would be a new lesson. And inside that lesson, we can add text, we can add quotes, we can add images, videos, whatever you want. Then you can add all your text here, and you can see it says add a resource link, add a resource file, add a transcript, or pin this post to your community. That's how you can build. If we go to Classroom now, you can see, let's add the thumbnail so you can see how it looks. And save. And this is how it appears inside the Classroom. Let's view this as a member, and they can see that they would have to unlock. You did it open for all of them, or based on the level, it will say it will be available on level 4, for example. That's how you build a course inside Skool. It's very simple. Now let's focus on sales. Let's go back to Kajabi, and to make people pay for this, we need a checkout. So we would go to sales and pricing. If you see that inside courses, it says offers, it's because before pricing, it was called offers. For me, it made more sense because you can have different offers for one single product. It created automatically an offer when I build the course. And you can see here inside the title that we can basically add the title. I love adding an internal title with the price, because if I have different payment plans, I can know which offer this one is when I'm choosing this checkout on a landing page, for example. So you can add a description to this offer, and you can bundle different products in one offer. For example, let's say you have a community product or a one-on-one session that you want to sell. You can begin access at a specific date. Maybe they purchased today, but you actually want to provide access on June 15th, and you can restrict access to a specific amount of days as well. For example, you only want to provide this access for 1 year, then you can be specific about this. You can add a thumbnail to that offer as well. And now that we have this built, you already have a link, but we need to do more for this checkout. Let's go to pricing here. And now you can make sure you can change if you want the payment type, add the price, add a custom price. Here, if you want to limit the offer availability as well, you can do this. So you can set a quantity. For example, you're only going to sell 10, and then you need to send them to a sold out page, or a time limit because you have open cart for only 7 days. And on that day 7 at 11:59 p.m., you want them to go to an expired page or a wait page for your next cohort, then you can choose a landing page. For that, you have to pre-build these landing pages before. And now the purchase flow. So what happens inside the purchase flow? What do you want to happen after someone purchases? The first thing is you want them to watch their library or see a landing page. You can choose a specific landing page and we will build one today. Then I will always like to send the automatic post-purchase email that Kajabi has. However, I love to include an automation that subscribe people to an email sequence, and we will see how to do that as well. If you want to upsell, this is amazing. Here's where the money is. An upsell is like when you go to the movies and they tell you, do you want to upsize your popcorn? And then, for example, in my case, I once went to buy a $4.97 course from a coach, and I ended paying $1,500. Why? Because the upsell had products I wanted even more. That's where you really sell, and that's where you make money. Those back-end products that people don't even know because you're not offering them on your front end store. And you can also include bump offers inside the checkout page. The bump offer is like when you're at the grocery store and you're there paying and you're like, oh, chocolates, I'll get it. It's something that adds value, but it's a lower price than your main product. And if we go back to settings here, the first thing I always love inside here is to notify myself that I made some sales. Add your email to get notified when a purchase is made. You can offer affiliate commissions. You can send checkouts abandonment emails. Enable this as a gift if you want. Add service agreements. Here's the bump offer I mentioned. And you can choose a template. Let's see some templates for the checkouts. These is the new checkouts. And if you want to add more information, like you want their name, their phone number, or any custom fields, you can build them inside the checkouts. Very important, that's only our checkout. We haven't built our sales funnel, but we will build it today. How do we work the checkout inside HighLevel? Inside HighLevel, we already have our course. We would go to offers for that product. You can see it's already built here. And you have a title, a description, just like Kajabi, literally. So communities inspired on Skool, courses have been inspired on Kajabi, but they've improved a lot. So same offer, add a title, add a description. Do you want to bundle? You can add some code here. You can begin access at a specific date, restrict access to a specific amount of days, add your product thumbnail. So you can see it's just the same thing we did on Kajabi. For the upsells, you would click here on upsell and add your upsell right there if you want to offer something more. And let's go back and click on edit checkout if you want. But I won't do this because I don't use these native checkouts for courses. In HighLevel, even if you have built an offer, it's very important to have connected your payment processor. But after you build this offer, membership offer, it's called a membership offer, you will go to payments, you will go inside products, and it's very important that you create the products here. It should auto-create it because you created a membership offer with the pricing. Since in this demo account, I have not connected a payment processor, it didn't automatically pre-build it. So we will create the products. And let's add our products media. And now the one-time payment of $47, and it's a membership offer. Choose my membership offer, healthy baking. I can add some SEO information and go back. There we have it. Why do we prefer this? Because we're going to build a full sales funnel and we need to have a product built to actually sell this. We went to offers, we added a title, a description, a price, restrict access, etc. Now we want to build our full sales funnel. So let's work on that. Remember, there's no way to link that checkout inside offers to your funnel if you don't go to payments. Always create your offer first inside membership offers, then check payments. If that product is already pre-built, go ahead. And if you want to sign up to HighLevel, I'm going to share on screen right now the QR code for a 30-day trial. And remember, my team will help you build your full course and funnel. If you're not wanting to build a course right now, then you'll have the same onboarding call and we will help you build your SaaS. If you're a marketer or a freelancer or a launcher, you want that agency, you want a full CRM to start selling to your clients, then not only will you have an onboarding call, but also a technical call with my team and a strategy call with me. In under 10 months, I've already surpassed 100K with my own agency built on HighLevel. And I had never used HighLevel before July 2025. So imagine how I can help you in only 10 months. That's what I've built. Back to Skool. In Skool, we already set the price. You just have to click on view as a member if you want to see. It's super simple. Just no white label, no funnels. HighLevel's GoHighLevel is the same built-in with the Lead Connector app for the service side. If you're ready to start any of the 3 platforms, then the links and benefits are in the description below. Now, let's go build our sales funnels. Inside Kajabi, to build a sales funnel, we would go to website. Let me make sure I published this to be able to use it on my sales funnel. Now we go to website and we go to landing pages. We are going to click on new landing page and we will start from scratch. Let's get started and let's put bakery course just for us to identify the landing page. And the first thing you should do when inside a Kajabi landing page or website is click on settings for the style guide. Why? Because this is what will define your colors. Basically, we will have the page background. Here, let's use this same accent color we've used before for all the buttons. Buttons here as well. And we can even use it for the headings. Let's see how that looks. Or maybe brown could be for the headings. The heading, let's make it brownish. And the primary color will be this one. All right. For your fonts, here in the style guide, you can go down to heading fonts and let's choose Playfair, for example. And then let's do the body. Let's use Poppins. Let's click save. And I just want you to see how just with the style guide, everything starts changing with fonts and colors, basically. So now let's go section by section. I'll completely erase this so you have an idea on what we actually need to build. So first of all, we can actually add a section that has text and image. So let's use text and image here. And the image, I already saved an image here. Let's use it. And let's change the background color. So I choose my section. I choose here the color. And let's change it to the same background color I have thought of before. And now let's start to customize the copy. Here, let's add desserts you enjoy without guilt, made by you, and a description for this hero section. We can change the color on without guilt, for example. That starts looking different. On June 1st, Kajabi will have MCP, so you'll be able to use ChatGPT or Claude to build inside Kajabi, but that will happen after June 1st. So if you're still watching this and if June 2nd hasn't passed, remember you have a 50% off with my link on their website. They do have this offer, but for only 6 months. If you use the QR code you're seeing on screen right now, then you'll be able to have a full year of a 50% off, and my team will build for you your 10 lesson course and a sales funnel like we're doing right now. I'm going to go into this section to the desktop layout, and I want the horizontal alignment to be spaced around. So I'll make this block only 4 sections, and I prefer that look and feel. So we can add a call to action here that would go directly to purchase and add, I want to start now. And that will go to our pricing section when we actually have one built, because we're not there yet. And now we already have that. Now we can also add, for example, a does this sound like you section. For that, we can actually use 3 columns or 3 feature cards, it could be, and add some text. This could have an additional title. Let's add a block here and add a title, text. And this text would say, does this sound familiar? For this text to be alone on top, we will have to move it and then on the desktop layout, place this block on its own row. So there you can start customizing your copy. I won't keep on customizing every single part of the sales page because then this will be too long, but I just want you to know how to do it so that you can continue. Because if you're watching this, you can start today and start making money immediately, but you have to take action. Okay, let's say we could add a background color there if you want. It could be a darker color than this one, for example. And then we can add their future self. So let's add a call to action, but we could remove the call to action, just a section that they think about their future self if they actually purchase this. Imagine this in a few weeks. Let's remove the call to action. We can use a background, for example, here. Let's add some brownies in the background. There we go. It's too dark. Let's give it more opacity. Then what my students say, we can add some social proof. So let's put here some 3 testimonials. I'm not going to keep customizing the look and feel, just tell you what to add. Then we can go with what they will achieve. And this could be, oh, the social proofs went away. Testimonials again, add, there we go. And now let's add some feature cards for the what you achieve. However, Kajabi also has a curriculum that you can use. For example, if we add the course outline right here, then you will be able to just share the outline there. Let's choose our course, and that's how they can see what's inside. You can choose if they can see all the lessons, all the content, or none of it. If you want to exclude draft content, obviously, but just for you to see how it looks, I included the draft content here. And I would make that smaller because I think that's humongous with the thumbnail and everything there. We go. Let's click save. And then we want to know about you, the expert. People will learn from you, from your experience. Let's use an, again, image and text. Let's put the image on the left side so it's different from the top one. And let's add your image right here and add your bio. Let's make this only 4 and add some space around each. Awesome. Now let's go for our checkouts. So for the checkouts, we need to add a pricing section. It could be a pricing card if you have more than one payment plan, or it could be a pricing option. Let's go with a pricing option, and I'll just remove this text because I won't need it. And your pricing card, then you can completely customize it. For example, everything included, 47, immediate access, and then add your benefits, what's included or what not. And you have 2 options. The buy now call to action, you can change the copy. For example, start my course today. And instead of going to a direct URL, you can send people to a checkouts page or use a pop-up checkout. So here, if I choose healthy baking, let's click save. This, we need a background here so that this section needs a background image, I feel, so it could look better. I'll just choose that one again and add a bit of color. Just doing this so you guys see how everything could change when, and let's align it to the left because it doesn't look aligned. Now let's click save and preview. And I forgot to add let's go to the pricing section on this button. So let's go back so you can see how that works. I click on it, I want to start now, and go to a section on this page that would be the pricing option. Save, and we forgot to add an FAQ section. So let's go back and add here a full section of frequent asked questions. You can customize the look and feel, but that's for you to know how it works. And you can add a final call to action if you want. Let's put here, stop searching for healthy desserts that actually taste good. Learn to make them yourself. You can have, instead of an image, just a color here. So let's make that brown. There we go. I like how it looks. And that was easy. Now, obviously, it will take maybe more time to completely build yours. Just remember, if you use our Kajabi 30-day free trial or the 50% off, my team will build. You just have to pay your annual plan, send us your receipt, and my team will help you build a 10-lesson course and your sales funnel. We need a thank you page, not only the sales page. Let's preview this for you to see how it works. I want to start now. Now it takes me to my pricing. And when I click start now, it opens the pop-up, right? But when people purchase, what do we want to happen? Send them to a thank you page. For this, I love to go back to my landing page and just duplicate the one I already built. So for example, let's duplicate this one. And now inside this one, let's go to the three dots, edit the details, and change bakery course sales page to the thank you page. And always hide this page from search results. Landing pages, and now let's customize our landing page. Click here on customize on the palette, and we can remove all sections that we will not use or hide them. This is where you remove, you choose a section, click remove, or you can hide them. For example, I go to each of these and just click on hide. And now let's add a new copy here. Instead of this one, let's put welcome baker, your spot is saved, and access my course now. Then send people to a URL that will usually be your library. For example, if we preview my own library, this is the look and feel. It will take you to a login unless you are already inside, but you can customize all of that. We can add their next steps. For example, check your inbox, log into the course, download the shopping list, join a private group, whatever you want. You can use cards for that. But basically, you need a thank you page to send people to after they purchase. How do we connect all of this together? Let's go back to our sales offer inside pricing section and go to the purchase flow. So the purchase flow, post-purchase, we want to send them to the thank you page that we just built. And we want to also send people to receive a thank you email. How do we do this? We go to marketing, email campaigns, create a new email campaign that will be a sequence, not a broadcast. A broadcast is a single email where you promote something or share something, but a sequence, you can add more than one email in different days. So let's put here the bakery course post-purchase email sequence and add here. I love to just use a simple template. Where's the simple template? Simple text. I think they changed the order now because I post-purchase bakery, create. And on day 0, so they receive this immediately, we will create our welcome email. So welcome is the subject. You can add some preview text if you want, and just click on edit your contents to build this email. We will keep it simple. Always use your tag, personalized first name. So excited to have you here. There we go. You just took the first step toward baking delicious kitchen. Here's your access to the course. We would have to modify that link, or we can also remove the link and have the button here saying go to a URL and make sure you have your full domain and library there. Add the full domain since this is an email, and access now for the button. Now I'll duplicate the text and complete it with the other. My recommendations start with 101. In under an hour, you'll understand. Any questions, just reply to this email. Let's bake. Laura. Click save. And there it is. Our email, post-purchase email is ready. Why do I prefer an email sequence? Because if now you go to that post sequence, you can add more emails. Add more emails, for example, on 30-day after. Hi, it's been already 30 days. How's it going? And you can even upsell them to a one-on-one call or whatever you want. So that's how email sequences work. You would go back to your sales pricing and click on purchase flow and make sure you go to automations, click on if offer is purchased, then subscribe to an email sequence. And now we have to do this inside HighLevel as well. You can use AI to build everything for you. There's two ways to do this. One, you can go directly to the AI studio and you can cancel Lovable. So I used to pay $100 per Lovable, but now it's completely free because the AI studio is the same thing as Lovable inside HighLevel. However, it's not completely integrated with everything inside HighLevel. So I prefer to go to Sites, Funnels, and click on Build with AI. And you're only going to click on this left panel on Build, upload the screenshot of your sales page. It could be that you like the website of someone else and you want to get inspired. You just click on Build based on screenshots and click Send. It will take its time, but it will build the full funnel for you. Just allow it to generate. You can actually see what it's doing because it shows you right there. It's analyzing the websites, it's reproducing the sections. Meanwhile, let me open the links below so you can see how they look. Solusync.com. This is my agency. This is my brand. You can see some of our projects here if you click on jobs, or you can just go ahead and start trialing what we're offering on our own systems based on HighLevel. Or you can go to solusync.com/Kajabi. As I said, right now there's a 50% off for 1 full year. For 12 months if you use my link. If you go directly to Kajabi, you will only get 6 months. So if you really want 12 months, go with my link, scan the QR code on screen right now, and make sure that you pay annually if you want my team to build for you. Let's go to solusync.com/GHL, and you have a 30-day free live bootcamp and the CRM. You can start using it to have a 30-day free trial and also a bootcamp. And if you pay annually, we will also build something for you. It could even be an AI bot if you want. Just make sure you use our link. If you don't go annually, we will offer you some bonuses, snapshots, and onboarding call. So you can, I know how it feels to sign up to HighLevel on the first day. You don't understand anything if someone doesn't actually onboard you. They also offer live calls to support. So that's great to know. I'll just put that QR code and you can watch it. We also have our Skool sign up where it says Maria invited you, and you can start today if you want to build on Skool. Remember, Skool if you want to keep things simple. However, if you need funnels, automations, and everything else, and you only want one platform to maintain, then go with HighLevel. All 3 platforms offer community, and all of them are good with their communities. It's just what vibes with you. Maybe you want only an online course, then go with Kajabi. Maybe you want both online course and automations, AI bots, funnels, QR codes, reputation, all of that. That's HighLevel. Our AI finished building. Look at this. Uploading a sales page here that you can build in the AI studio if you want. Just give it time, but it will work faster than myself build on Kajabi. We have the same thing we built on Kajabi, but now it's prettier and it didn't take me any time. It did everything for me. You could change your content so that it's your images, it's your logo, it's your own brand if you want. And now we just have to make sure that we actually have everyone going to our checkouts page. And here's the trick, because this works a bit differently. I'm going to go back to show you how we actually have to do this on HighLevel. First of all, remember we had a sales page and we need a thank you page. So I'm going to click here and add a new step, and I'll put a thank you page. Create the funnel step, and I also want AI to build this for me. That's why I'll duplicate this while I show you something else, and I'll just leave their AI running inside this thank you page. So let's click on the AI button here, click on build, upload my thank you page, but I already have the design. Click on build based on screenshot attached, send, and now I want to show you. Let's go back to our sales page. How does the checkout work on HighLevel? You have different elements that you can add on any landing page, many elements. But for someone to pay you, you need the two-step order or the one-step order. Why do I prefer personally the two-step order? Because people will give you their email first, and you can send them an abandonment email if they didn't purchase. And now we have to click on our buttons to send people to our checkout. How does this work? You have to create a pop-up. Let's go up here and click on pop-up, create a new pop-up, and add an element that is a two-step order. On this two-step order, now you will have to customize everything that you see here. For example, we don't need shipping because we're not shipping anything. So go down to shipping and hide the shipping. If you want to change all the copy, you can do so. Go ahead. Let's click here. For example, instead of shipping, let's add your info. You don't need the company name. Keep it simple. You can change the button color if you want. Let's choose the one we've been using before, or it could even be green. Then go to step 2. Here, your info. It says your info twice, so it could be complete your purchase, immediate access, whatever you want to say here. Back to edit your details, and then you can customize anything else that you want to say here. How do things work on HighLevel? If I just add this checkout, nothing happens. I actually need to assign the products that we built previously. I have to go back on my sales page. Let me save. It's not, there it goes. Now it's saving. It also does your SEO based on the content you provided, and we can modify it, but I'll show you now what I do. I just click on preview, I copy everything, and I just go to the AI and say modify SEO based on copy, and click send message, and it's going to modify the SEO based on what you actually have in here. Look, now if I go to the SEO, it completely changed the content based on copy with AI. It says the description is too long, so you can completely change that, just remove something basically. It takes so much less time than before. 5 years ago when I started to build on Kajabi, I would have never done this in this little time. Let's go back. And how do I assign a product to that checkout? I have to click on products here inside my funnel, add product, and find the one I'm working on. Add the pricing, click save, and now my two-step order form will dynamically add this product to the checkout. If I don't do this, if you're doing a checkout inside HighLevel and you're like, it's empty, my checkout is empty on preview, it's because you have to go inside your funnel, click on products, and actually add it. You can see that it did whatever it wanted on the name of this funnel, so you can change it. Healthy bakery, for example, and click save. And the same thing you can actually do with each one of your landing pages. Since we used AI, it did whatever I wanted. So I click here publishing, and I can change healthy bakery sales page. and just customize your URL. Update step. Now we will have our sales page that goes to our thank you page. How do we make sure this happens? Let's go click edit, go to our pop-up, and make sure that our two-step order form says sales action, go to the next step. It's very important that it says go to the next step here. And now we did that pop-up, but we never assigned the call to actions to the pop-up. So click here. And in this case, instead of going to the pop-up, I'm going to click on go to a section, scroll to an element instead of section, and I'm going to send people down here. So scroll to the element where we have our pricing. There we go, pricing. And this button on my pricing then will have a pop-up, and the pop-up will be the one we just did. Here I click, I want to start now. It scrolls down to the elements, start my course today, and it opens the pop-up. Awesome. So that's how we built our sales funnel on HighLevel. Remember, on Skool, you don't build a sales funnel. You would need an extra tool, and people that actually use Skool also use HighLevel. Now we will have to do our email sequence. And on Kajabi, we already built. We went to marketing, email campaign. Now let's try doing this inside HighLevel. Remember, the reason why we used a two-step order form as an element was to send email sequences based on an abandonment on that pop-up checkout. Since they didn't pay, it's an opt-in instead of a sale. So let's go back. We will go directly to automation. So it's different from Kajabi, where in Kajabi we went to marketing, email campaigns, and create an email sequence, right? Here it is. Then we went to our offer, and we went to the purchase flow and added that email sequence as an automation. Automation, offer is purchased, subscribe to email sequence. If Kajabi is very simple. I love Kajabi. I've been working on Kajabi as one of their top partners already for 5 years. I'm not lying. You can see it here. Okay. Where I prefer HighLevel, when it's a service business, or if you have all-in-one and you also have online courses and service business. If you prefer Kajabi, then go to mariataveras.com/Kajabi, or the links in the description below, or just scan the QR code that you see on screen right now. And now you have a 50% offer until June 2nd. After June 2nd, there's a 30-day free trial. Their website only gives you 14. Let's go back to HighLevel. I have to create a workflow. So I can create a workflow here, and I can use a template if you want. And there are many templates that you can use. For example, send replies to inbound WhatsApp. If you have appointments, then the full confirmation, sequence, list reactivation, birthday templates, the Instagram comment ones, and this one that says Facebook Messenger completely replace ManyChat. Webinar registration templates, they're already pre-built for you. Look at the Instagram one. If someone comments on your post, then reply to the comment, then send them a DM and have even call to action inside that DM. So it's very interesting. You can build using AI if you want. We could try build using AI, or you can just create from scratch. Why did I make a two-step order form? Create a workflow, start from scratch. So the person gives me their name and their email first. If they don't buy, I can re-email them. So how will I do this? Add a new trigger, order form submission. The filter would be in the funnel of the bakery, and the submission type is only opt-in. If someone opted in my two-step order form, but they didn't purchase, then I can send an email. Send an email. And you can use AI to write this email for you. Write with AI and in a friendly tone. If someone opts in to my bakery course but doesn't purchase, this will be the abandonment email. Generate email. In HighLevel, there's AI for everything. Just like generate email, here, high contact phone name. I don't want the contact phone name. I'll get a new custom value for the contact's first name. And you can see it wrote, we noticed that you recently opted into our bakery codes but didn't complete your purchase, blah, 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 blah. So obviously give it your own copy, but you can actually generate with AI. If we click on use email, I want to track clicks. If I'm sending people to my sales page, for example, save action. There's more you can do. You can send an SMS, you can send a WhatsApp, whatever you want. You already have their phone number if they opted in. Let's call this healthy bakery non-purchase option. This won't work until you click publish. Let's go back and create another very simple workflow where we can have two options. One could be the order form submission. The submission type is sale on my funnel for healthy bakery, or I can also say a payment was received on which product? The healthy bakery, but the payment status is successful, not failed. If people paid, then we want to, one, send an email, and this email could be a post-purchase. Right with AI, create a post-purchase email for this course in a friendly tone or a casual tone. Generate email. Let's see how that goes. There we go. Change the phone name to the first name. Read it, make sure it works for you. Save that action, and you can also send an SMS or send a WhatsApp if you want, but you need to grant the course offer. Healthy baking is my offer, so they actually gain access to this. It's very important that you include your grant access offer. If you want to send an SMS, then click on send an SMS. If you want to send a WhatsApp, for example, you can use a WhatsApp API, and you have to create a template so that this works for you. Post-purchase, healthy bakery. And as we did in Kajabi, and we talked about the email sequence, imagine you want an email sequence here. So you want to follow up with your students in the long run, right? We can go here, copy this action, paste it, and change this email so it's a 30-day sequence, for example. How's your baking going? We can write with AI, just here, generate an email based on it's been 30 days. However, very important, we need a weight so that it doesn't go on the same date they purchase. You have different weights on HighLevel based on a contact replying to an SMS, to an email for a set period of time. That's what we will use on a specific date, until a recurring window opens, until a scheduled date or time, until a contact takes action, or until a specific condition is met. We will use for a set period of time, and that would be 30 days. Save that action. When someone purchases, they will be enrolled, and you can see the enrollment history on everyone here. But here you will see that they stay on the wait until 30 days have passed. It's so interesting. I love HighLevel and how they actually automate everything. You can do anything with HighLevel. Automate, send SMS, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. And you won't let AI do everything for you, but it helps. Just make sure it actually matches your brand. And if you want, very quickly, I want to show you, if you go to AI agents and conversation AI or voice AI, you can actually create a bot. There's 3 different options. The guided form setup, this is more for people usually fill a form, then go step by step and fill a form with them. Prompt-based bot is based on a prompt. Something will happen and you can add some actions. Or the flow-based builder, when you want a very specific objective or steps that this bot has to complete with them. You can also make voice AI agents inside HighLevel. So if people call your number, for example, or if you want to outbound call them, you can actually do that as well. We've done a lot today. We created online courses, we created offers, we created sales funnels, customized completely with AI those sales funnels. And with this tutorial itself, folks, you guys can launch. You just need to take real action. I love Kajabi for online courses. I love HighLevel for any kind of business because everything is in one place. I love Skool for its simplicity. So it's just, what do you want to choose? You have all of those QR codes on screen and the links below in the description for you to take action. Remember, if you take the annual pricing plan with our affiliate link, you're supporting our business and we will support yours with a setup. Please send me your email receipts, comments below, and then we will let you know how we can help. Until June 2nd, with Kajabi's 50% off, we will for sure have a 10 lesson course built for you and your sales funnel. You bring your expertise, you bring in your copy and information. We build the tech frustration side for you. So you don't have to feel like, I signed up for Kajabi, I signed up for HighLevel, what's my next step? And for HighLevel, we will include the onboarding call because we know there's a lot to connect and integrate for it to start working completely for you. Choose the link or the platform that works best for you. Let's see the pricing. Kajabi basic plan per month is $179. That allows you to create 5 products. It could be online course, downloads, newsletters, community, 5 products in total, 1 website, 1 community, 2 expert agents, that's coming soon, and 1 backstage pass where basically you will be able to offer live sessions instead of having Calendly and Zoom inside your own courses. HighLevel starts at $97 per month. You can also use our white label Solucin. It's the same price. Or if you are feeling like you want to have more than 1 account because you have more than 1 business or want to sell to someone else a sub account, then choose the $297 plan. Solucin app, my personal CRM and agency, is also $97. If you want more than 1 account, then I suggest you use the QR code on screen and go to a new $97. If you already feel like you want to go to agency mode, then you can upgrade after, or let me know and I'll share the link to upgrade to agency. Skool, on the other hand, is $9 for a hobby account or $99 for a pro account. But that $99 per month gives you course and community only. No funnels, no emails, no AI bots, no websites. You pay everything else separately. Add it up, Skool plus a funnel plus email plus a calendar. That's what people don't calculate. In HighLevel, it's all included. Calendar instead of Calendly, CRM, invoicing, contracts like DocuSign, voice AI agents, AI Studio that replaces Lovable, email marketing, affiliate programs, unlimited automations, unlimited sites, unlimited courses, and reputation with Google Business, right? That no one else has on their platform. Everything you saw today is what we do for our clients every day with Solucin. What do you want to do? It depends on you, right? It depends on what you want to build yourself. Come back to this video, go step by step, use the link below with my discounts. And if you want my team to build it all for you, your funnel, your course, your automations, then comments below or DM me and I'll explain what the benefits could be. I'll explain. For a limited time until June 2nd, you already know what the offer is. If you only want community, go with Skool. By price to value, Kajabi and HighLevel give you so much more. Skool is ideal for you if you want pure simplicity. If you had an idea for months, for years, this is the moment to launch. And this is the only video you will need. Comment below what kind of business you have, and I'll point you in the right direction. Thank you for watching, and I'll try to bring more content like this for you all. Bye-bye.